Greetings friends, and welcome to a Dragonstaff tutorial for the Shoulderstand Foot-Chi. Before getting started, a huge thank you to all of you supporting me here on DanielDragonstaff.com. Thank you for keeping food in my fridge and a roof over my head, and thank you for making videos like this possible. And because this is a groundwork trick, I'm going to recommend being barefoot, no shoes or socks. It's going to help a lot with this trick. Also, more than ever on this one, to save your neck, I'm going to recommend having some good padding underneath you, a rug, yoga mat, padding, blankets, anything you got. And there are two prerequisites for this one. One is a yoga pose, shoulder stand. If you aren't familiar with it, there will be a link in the description for shoulder stand. Looks something like this. And the second prerequisite is the Halasana Roll. I also have a tutorial for that one. There will be a link down in the description below. And with all of that out of the way, we can get started. First, I'm going to go over the trick facing forward so that you're able to see everything. Afterwards, I will go over it facing this way so that we're both facing the same direction. So definitely watch the prerequisites, make sure you have those down before moving forward here so that we can jump right into the trick. We come into the Shoulderstand Foot-Chi from our Halasana Roll. Start by sending the staff down the fronts of the shins. Just like a Halasana Roll, let the staff roll over the toes onto the bottoms of the feet. And this is where it's going to become different from the Halasana Roll. In a Halasana Roll, we let the staff continue to roll over the heels, down to the backs of the legs. And that will be our exit from the Shoulderstand Foot-Chi. However, right when the staff comes onto the bottoms of the feet is where we're going to come up into our shoulder stand. So let the staff roll over the toes onto the bottoms of the feet, and then try to walk the feet along the staff so that the staff is rolling away from you. Easier said than done. This is something that you may just want to practice here. And then when you've got it rolling comfortably, start to roll onto the tops of your shoulders and your head and neck, and bring your hands to your back, close towards the shoulder blades. Keep the chin towards the chest, and you can continue to walk the staff on the bottoms of the feet. Then at some point, when you're ready to come out, let the staff roll over the heels onto the backs of the legs, exiting as you would in a Halasana Roll. And I like to break tricks down into steps in order to help pinpoint which part may be the difficult part or the part that's giving you trouble. So we'll start with part one, being our Halasana Roll entrance. Letting the staff roll down the fronts of the shins, over the toes, onto the bottoms of the feet. From there we come into part two, which is establishing the roll on the bottoms of the feet with the feet up towards the ceiling. From there we come into part three, which is coming up into our shoulder stand with the staff rolling at the bottoms of the feet. Part four is re-establishing the roll at the bottoms of the feet once you are up in your shoulder stand. And then part 5 is our exit. Exiting the trick as we would the Halasana roll by letting the staff roll over the heels and down the backs of the legs. And it can help a lot in the exit to bring your toes further over your head to create a flat surface with the backs of the legs. And as promised, I'm going to go over the trick again, facing this direction so that hopefully we're both facing it the same way. Starting with part 1, letting the staff roll down the fronts of the shins as we would a Halasana roll, over the toes, onto the bottoms of the feet. And when you're first learning it, it can even be nice to just pause here, letting the staff balance. And then we come into part 2, establishing the roll at the bottoms of the feet. Walking the feet one at a time, alternating, letting the staff roll away from you. And then from here we come into part 3, which is coming up into our shoulder stand. Reaching the feet over the head and up, bringing the hands onto the back, near the shoulder blades, with the staff balancing at the bottoms of the feet. And then we come into part 4, which is reestablishing the roll at the bottoms of the feet and shoulder stand. And then part 5, exiting in our Halasana roll, letting the staff roll down over the heels, down the backs of the legs, and catching it with our hands, bringing the staff up and letting the feet go underneath the staff to come out. And I'm going to be sure to give you guys some real time and slow motion of each view of this one. I hope that's helpful. A couple things that I want to point out about this trick. Once the staff is on the bottoms of my feet, I find that I usually have contact 2 or 3 inches away from the center point on each foot rather than having them out wide. I also find that short little rolls are a little bit easier than long alternating rolls between each foot. And if you're having troubles with this one, definitely keep practicing shoulder stand, keep practicing Halasana, because those 2 yoga poses are really what makes this trick accessible. And one more thing, when you're practicing this trick, please try not to move your head or neck when you're in shoulder stand. Try to keep the chin towards the chest just to avoid any neck problems. And also make sure you've got some padding underneath you. And that's going to do it for the Shoulderstand Foot-Chi. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.